Hey there. I would love to spend a moment to talk about my personal college admissions journey and what got me into Princeton back when I was in high school. Obviously, I applied well over 15 years ago, but I still believe that by sharing my personal college admissions journey, it could be helpful for a lot of students today. So what did I do to get into Princeton? Back when I was in high school, I had a 4.0 GPA, so I was one of the top students in my class. I also had a 1580 on the SATs, or in other words, actually back then it was out of 2400, so I had a 2340 on the SATs, which meant I had an 800 on math, 780 on reading, and 760 on the writing. Beyond that, I also competed in lots of academic competitions, because I firmly believe that by competing in these academic competitions, it could set myself apart from the rest of the other highly competitive Asian students in the country. One of the competitions I competed in was the USA Chemistry Olympiad, which required me to take a 60 multiple choice question at the local exam and then advance to the USA National Chemistry Olympiad, which takes roughly around the top 500 students in the country. Beyond that, I also competed and qualified as a semifinalist in the Seaman's Westinghouse competition, which is no longer around today. Back then in high school, I did research on Alzheimer's disease, more specifically, the inhibition of the amyloid beta protein responsible for Alzheimer's disease using N-methylated inhibitors via molecular dynamics simulations. Wow, so what is all of that? Essentially what I did was I ran computational simulations that would bind the N-methylated peptides to the amyloid beta protein, which was responsible for Alzheimer's disease. I identified all the top target spots on how to bound this N-methylated peptide to the amyloid beta protein to prevent it from misfolding. And so I wrote a research paper on that essentially qualified me for the Siemens Westinghouse competition. I also attended the UCSB Research Mentorship Program, which is still in existence today. And I'm so incredibly happy that I actually help a lot of students today get into that same program, which is an amazing program where you get to conduct academic research right next to the beach in Santa Barbara. In high school, I was president of the Amnesty International Club, which is a human rights organization where I fought for prisoners of conscience in humanitarian rights in Darfur. As president of this organization, I led the student body in writing letters to prisoners of conscience, as well as fighting for humanitarian rights for various refugees and organizations. Beyond that, I was actually part of the radio talk show where I hosted my own radio talk show back in high school. I was also vice president of the Community Service Council, where we help students on environmental sustainability and volunteering for autism centers in my local community. And I was also part of the varsity basketball team. In addition, beyond my leadership positions, I also played the piano, and I was also part of math club, as well as different organizations at school where I helped the community. These are some of the extracurricular activities I've been involved in high school that really helped me get into top schools such as Princeton. In addition, my personal statements were top-notch. So I spent a lot of time really honing and refining my personal statements to Ivy League schools that reflect my personal qualities, and that's one of the biggest reasons that helped me get into Princeton. So without further ado, that is some tips about my college admissions profile that I think really helped me get in. If I were to really break it down, it's really a three-step process. You want to have amazing academics. You want to have amazing extracurricular activities, especially leadership positions on social causes that you care deeply about. And lastly, you want incredible essays and personal statements to seal the deal. By taking a comprehensive approach that will maximize your odds of acceptance. And these are the same principles that I founded my company AdmissionSight today to help high school students like yourself navigate the college admissions journey.